Okay, so we have successfully loaded in all the external torpedoes without being spotted or anything, which is good. It is very good. So let's get everybody out of the torpedo room. Yeah, so I took what may be a poor decision and decided to just fire off the remaining Type 2 I had in my stern tubes so I could fit all three of my Type 1s into the boat. And that would mean I wouldn't have to sit on the surface and reload one extra external torpedo in the future, but I've got one less torpedo. But then again, that torpedo was a Type 2, so in my opinion it was practically worthless. Anyway, we've now begun our patrol. We've entered the area, so I think it's time we submerged and had a listen to see what's out and about. So let's do that now. Put Stripey Johan back in, if it is Stripey Johan. Can't remember now. Who have you got in the radio room? Oh no, it's checked shirt Charlie. Couldn't think of a better name. And can he hear anything? No. No, he cannot. Okay, well, I'll continue onwards on my journey, hoping to finally run into a nice big convoy to sink my teeth into. So yes. I have just dived, and there's apparently a merchant contact north of us. Hello. Oh. Just one, it appears. Not a convoy, but nevertheless, it's a target. So let's get after it. It's saying it's moving away, so I guess it's probably heading west. If it's moving away, it's most likely place it could be going, I assume. Yeah, and there you see it's just moved, so it's heading westwards. Okay, well, let's surface. It is getting daylight now. The sun is rising, so this could potentially be... Oh, we can actually see it! Bearing 3330. There it is! I see it! Well, that's interesting. How far away is it? About 8 kilometers away. Okay then, well, that does mean we can now get its course, or approximate course, and attempt to intercept. Probably best off kind of tracking it for now. We don't want to head straight towards it. I want to try and get ahead of it. Preferably before we're spotted by an enemy aeroplane. Oh, great.
Auf Seerotiefe gehen.
This isn't what I wanted. Let's get under. Actually, it's crush dive because it's quicker. At least I think it's quicker. Oh boy, here it comes. Here it comes.
Derzeitige Tiefe 1-0.
Pretty certain it managed to spot us, and yes. Will we escape?
Derzeitige Tiefe 2-0.
Yes, pretty much.
Derzeitige Tiefe 3-0. Ein Drittel Fahrt voraus. Neue
Let's go down to about 40 meters.
Vorne um 15, hinten um 10.
Okay, this could make it difficult to intercept our target. Maybe if we turn
Fahrt voraus. Große Fahrt voraus.
northwestwards.
Neuer Kurs 3-1-3.
You still might be able to do it. Although I don't know if it's going to be zigzagging now. If the plane might have informed it of our presence. Okay, we need to get it on a better angle here. About 300. Let's see, right angle. Let's try that. And go to periscope depth.
3-9. Auf Seerotiefe gehen.
And just come to a stop because we might be too close here. We might have to reverse a little bit.
Große Fahrt zurück.
Let's use the attack scope. What do we have? I think I recognise that. I'm not going to say what I think it is though, because I'm probably wrong. It looks like a merchant. No. Granville type. No. Large cargo. No. It's not a large merchant. It's got that kind of T-shaped mast at the front. Ha. An ore carrier? I'm not sure. Small merchant. We're getting into the smaller type ships now though. Victory cargo? No, not really. No, then back into the crappy little fishing boats. Okay, maybe I don't know what this is. Doesn't look like it's zigzagging, so that's a good thing. I think we can stop. We should be
Alle Maschinen stoppen.
at a reasonable distance when it passes us. But we do need to identify it. No, not a troop transport. It's not a tanker, I don't think. Definitely got its mast in the middle. Empire type freighter. No, Granville. Could be a Granville. In fact, I think that may be what it is. I think that's my best guess. Okay, well, time to get the notes. Because I still haven't managed to remember how to range it out and everything properly. Okay, range, count the number of vertical marks. That is about 4.5. So you take 4.5, put it to the top. Mast height, excuse me, mast height 18.2. That can't be right. Mast 18.2. Well, I guess we'll just have to use it like here-ish. So that means it's about 1,400 meters away. It up. Now we need the AOB. So we take 1,400, move that around to the ship length, 91.5, which is around here. Count the horizontal marks. 10, 12, 14, 16. And then you look at the 16 marks here. Puts it about 45 degrees. Sounds good. 30, 45 there. Lock that in. And then the speed. Check we're going at 0 knots or 0 knots, and we are, so we can do this. Lower the mast, the periscope a bit, just to minimise our visibility. And when it crosses the line now, 22 seconds thereabouts. Line up the time on the mid-outer dial. 22. With the ship length on the outermost dial, so that's 91.5, which is here, which puts it about 8 knots. I'd say that's a fairly good estimate. 5, 6, 7, 8. Okay. And now we're ready. And we've got some time. So let's lower the periscope. Now I've got a decision to make here because I have one Type 2 torpedo which won't have a wake, and then these Type 1s which will have a wake, which will be very easily seen. So I think what I'm going to do is try firing the Type 2 first and set it to a magnetic. The depth of the hull is 6 meters, so if you put this around about 6.5 to 7 meters, which is about here. Oh, wrong tube, I need this tube. 5, 6.5 there. Okay, good. And then I'll leave that to run for a bit, and then my Type 1 I'm going to set for an impact, and I'm going to make it a fast running one, which will hopefully give him less time to evade me, if you see what I mean, or evade the torpedo. Okay, so we need to wait until he's about 15 degrees away from us. So that's my plan. So that way the Type 2 will be away, and then he won't be able to evade. We won't see the wake because there will be no wake. To give that more of a chance to do a good hit, and then if that fails, he's got the Type 1 coming in afterwards. And he's on about 19 degrees, so we need to get ready to fire here. Open the tube. And fire. Open tube 1. And we just need to give it a little while to let the Type 2 do its job. Okay, I'm going to fire right now. And fire. And the Type 2 is coming in. It looks good. The depth looks good. Yes! Direct hit! Haha, finally! And then we've got the Type 1 coming in. And there he goes. She's going down. Boom. Here's my periscope. So that's what the periscope looks like when it's up in the air, so to speak. But we have finally sunk a ship since we arrived at the east coast of America here. Finally. And it's been completely destroyed. It's just a floating, burning wreck. Right. Okay, so let's reload some torpedoes. So maybe that's what I was doing wrong with those Type 2s, because that one seemed to work perfectly well when I set it to a lower depth. Maybe by setting it to a shallower depth it was causing it to kind of fail. I don't know. Anyway, we've got one Granville type freighter, 4,707 tons in the bag. And technically I think that's the third sinking of this total patrol, because I sunk a couple of ships over here, but since I docked at the U-tanker, those have been wiped off the map and the record. So I'm not even sure if I'll get any renown for those sinkings, but never mind. And down she goes. Just wondering if we could hear it sinking, but not yet apparently. Poor little ship. Usually you can hear them sinking on the hydrophones, but maybe not. Try one more time. Nope, nothing. Okay, fair enough. Now there's just an oil slick along with some floating crates. That's all that's left of her. Whoa, that's kind of weird. Oh my god, I've gone so deep with it. Oh, here he goes. There, now you can hear it. And it's too dark to see anymore. Cool. Okay, well, time to return to course. Resume. Yep, thank you. Resuming my course now, reloading my torpedoes. All is well with the world. Okay, so I'm going to stay under since it's daytime now, and presumably that ship would have radioed in that it had been struck by a torpedo. Plus there was an aircraft flying around earlier as well. So, yep, I'll be back when I find some new prey. Oh, maybe not. We've just had a radio report of an enemy convoy coming directly for me. That is interesting. Okay. Let's measure out its course here. Now the problem is there's no guarantee that this is going to be the way it's going to go all the way towards us. It's about almost 300 kilometers away. Let's look at the map here. Seems strange because in the area where I am, there are no convoy marks heading along the coast, northeastward, so to speak. So, what to do? Well, it's going at 11 knots and 250.
Rohr 1 wird geladen.
That's the torpedo being loaded. Let's see, 11 knots. It's going to take it 10 hours to travel 200 kilometers.
Feuerbereit, Herr Kaloin.
And then how long to travel? 50. Another 2 hours. So it'll be about 12 hours before it reaches here. And that will put us at 3 o'clock in the afternoon local time, which weirdly at the moment in this game would be about dusk, which is strange because it's the middle of summer and the sun doesn't normally go to bed at 3 p.m. in summer, at least in Britain, although we're on a higher latitude. But I assume the sun doesn't go down at 3:30 in New York in June, or July as we are now. Hey, it's July the 4th! What a coincidence. Well, what I'll do is I'll carry on this way and then stop when I get to about here, and wait and see if this convoy turns up, and otherwise if we hear anything else in the area then we can go for that as well. So that's the plan.